Alright guys, y'all know what time it is. We have a brand new pair of budget true wireless earbuds from Skullcandy. These are the Dime earbuds and they come in at $24.99. But I apologize y'all, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Where are my manners? TM Nation, how y'all doing? YouTube fam, how y'all doing? For those of you that are new to the channel, I'm Tecmo. Welcome, I'm glad you stopped by. But like I was saying, the Dime earbuds are the newest pair of true wireless earbuds from Skullcandy, and at the moment, they're also the cheapest. The next step up in terms of specs and price to these are gonna be the Jib Trues, and believe it or not, these only cost a whopping $5 more. So if you're like me, then the natural question becomes, what are the main differences in between these two pairs of earbuds, and will the Dimes give you what you need, or should you pay a little bit more money and get the Jib Trues? In short, I think that both pair provide you with some respectable bang for the buck, but at the same time, there are some pretty huge differences in between the two that you should be aware of. That being said, I will make reference to the Jib Trues throughout this video, but if you want to see my in-depth review on these earbuds, I'll leave a link in the description for you to check it out. As you saw in the intro, with the Dime earbuds, you get pretty much everything you would need to get the earbuds up and running. If you did not notice, there is a micro USB cable included in the box for the Dime earbuds. Yes, the case does charge via micro USB and not USB Type-C. And there is no difference here in between the Jib True case and the Dime case. They both use micro USB, so neither has an advantage. The design of the Dime case feels relatively sturdy in the hands, but you can really tell they did some cost cutting here. It really has a bare bones design with the one LED light in the back, and I have to mention that the top lid feels a bit flimsy, opening and closing. The top of the Dime case has these cutouts so you can see the earbuds down in there charging and the indicator lights, but besides that, that's pretty much all you have going on. One thing I think a lot of people will appreciate about the Dime case is just how small it is. It is extremely compact in nature. In the hand, it really feels about the size of a vehicle key fob. This makes it extremely simple to take with you on the go. If you want to throw it in your book bag, your purse, or your pocket, you shouldn't have an issue. Comparing the two, the Jib True case is also small, but just not quite as small as the Dime case. Either way, both are extremely compact and easy to transport. One thing that is notable to mention with both of these cases is neither supports wireless charging. Battery life wise, using the Dimes, you can expect to get about 3.5 hours on a single charge, which I know is on the low end, but using the case with these will provide you with another 8.5 hours for a total usage of about 12 hours. And this is one of the areas where the Jib Trues are going to show you a huge advantage. These will give you about 6 hours on a single charge, and with the case about 16 hours for a total of 22. The battery life difference in between these two earbuds is substantial in my opinion. Now neither pair is going to get you through a full 8-hour shift at work, but the Jib Trues are going to get you more than halfway there. The Dimes, on the other hand, not even close. Moving on to the design of the Dime earbuds, they look okay in my opinion. They do have small stems coming down the sides of the earbuds. This is another difference in between the designs of the earbuds. The Jib Trues do not have any stems, any ear hooks, or anything of that nature. If being discreet is your thing, the Dime earbuds stick out a little bit less than the Jib Trues do, but overall both pairs have a relatively small form factor. I found that wearing either pair of these earbuds, if somebody is standing directly in front of you or behind you, they'll likely be able to see them slightly, but again, like I said, they don't stick out much. Both pair of these earbuds are also extremely comfortable to wear in my ears. I've used both of them for hours at a time with no issues. If I had to choose one of the two, I would say that I like the way the Dimes fit in my ears just a little bit better. These have ridges that help them stay into my ears a little bit better. These, on the other hand, are just two slabs. They don't have any ridges, any ear hooks, or anything of that nature. Another thing that I like about both pairs of these earbuds is that even though they're not active noise canceling earbuds, they do give you some nice passive noise canceling. No matter which pair you choose, if you have the correct sized ear tips installed, like I said, you'll get some nice passive noise canceling. I found that with both pair, if I have them in my ears and I'm listening to music at about 50%, I really can't hear what's going on around me. I did use the Dimes for exercise, and I have to say they stayed in place much better than my Jib Trues did in the past. Like I mentioned before in this video, the Jib Trues don't have any ear hooks, any ridges, or anything like that to keep them in place. So when the sweat starts flowing, they're gonna move around a little bit. The Dimes, on the other hand, have done a really good job of staying in place for me. Now when I become extremely sweaty, I do have to reposition them a couple of times, but other than that, they stay in place really well. In terms of the leakage, I think both pair leak about the same amount of sound for those of you that are concerned about how well people around you will be able to hear what you're listening to. I did do my leakage test on the Jib Trues in that video, so if you're curious, check that video out. But in this video, I'm gonna provide you with my leakage test on the Dimes. Let's check it out. For connection, both pair are using Bluetooth 5.0, and so far I haven't had any issues connecting them to both my iPhone 12 Pro and my Galaxy S21. I also haven't noticed any latency with either pair of these earbuds on both of those devices. Through the YouTube app and the Amazon Prime app, everything seemed to be pretty synced up. Moving on and touching on the playback controls, both pair use one physical button on each earbud, but I must say I do not like the way that they work on the Dimes. The Skullcandy logo on both of your Dime earbuds is where you're going to want to press, and it's not that difficult to find them while they're in your ears, but my problem is they require a lot of force to pick up your feedback. Now keep in mind, they may loosen up after time. That's completely possible because they are brand new, but right now as it sits, it can feel like I'm jamming them in my ears when I'm trying to do my functions. But that's really my only gripe with the playback controls that you have with the Dime earbuds. Outside of that, you can control your tracks, your calls, your volume, and your voice assistant. For the water resistance, both pair are IPX4 certified, so they should be fine for exercising. Splashes of water or sweat should not harm them. I did do my water test in this video with the Dimes just to see how they would react while being wet. Let's take a look at what happened. Another similarity that you have between these two earbuds is neither is compatible with the Skullcandy app. That being said, no matter which pair of these earbuds you choose, the sound that you get out of the box is what you're gonna have to live with. You don't have any extra EQs. Okay guys, so now that I've gone over the specs and the features you'll get, let me go over the sound quality first with the Dimes, because I have reviewed the sound quality on the Jib Trues already. To my ears, the Dimes do sound good. I think they'll be more than adequate for most people, but they did not blow me away. The highs and mids that you get with the Dimes are respectable. You should be able to hear most of the detail in your music, but they do struggle a little bit with sound separation. For me using these, I'm usually able to hear most of those background instruments, but at times they can be overshadowed by vocals and other sounds. The bass that you get with the Dimes is also respectable. It's deep and punchy like you would expect from a pair of Skullcandy earbuds, but at the same time, it's not overpowering. The output that you get with the Dimes is also good. They get more than loud enough for my personal liking, but if you max them out, you will get some distortion. Now the distortion is certainly not terrible and it doesn't make them unplayable, but I'd say the best sound with the Dimes is when you have them between 75 and 80%. For the call quality that you get with the Dimes, I think that they do a decent job of capturing clear speech. I have made a few voice calls using them, and a couple of people said that I sounded airy and like I was far away from my device. But as always, I did capture a sample for you guys using the mics on the Dime earbuds so that you can judge for yourselves. Let's take a listen. Alright guys, so right now I have the Skullcandy Dimes paired to my iPhone 12 Pro. The audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on the earbuds. I'm not going to do any type of editing to this audio, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how these perform for voice calls. Alright guys, so right now I have the Jib Trues paired to my iPhone 12. The audio that you're hearing is coming directly from the microphones on the earbuds. I'm not going to do any type of editing to this audio, so this should give you a pretty good idea of how you'll sound if you use these for voice calls. So taking everything into consideration, guys, if I had to choose in between the two, I would go for the Jib Trues. For only a few dollars more, you're getting much better battery life, better call quality, and you're also getting a more fuller sound in terms of the sound quality. But on the other hand, the Dimes are no slouch by any means. Like I said, they're going to be more than adequate for most people, so if the cheapest price is what you're going for, they're not a bad buy. The Dimes will do fine for just about any type of listening. I have used them for some podcasts, some movies, and some music, but comparing them to the Jib Trues, these are just a little bit cleaner. But you've made it this far in the video, guys. If you haven't dropped a like on it, please do so. It definitely helps the channel. and I appreciate it. Also, if this was your first time here, why don't you consider subscribing, as I drop at least one video on content like this per week. Until next time, like I always say, y'all be safe, y'all stay positive, and most importantly, y'all have a great day. I will catch y'all in the next one, but until then, it's your boy Tech Mo, and I'm out. Peace.